There is a world, just beyond the one you know. A place where truth and legend blur, where forgotten stories breathe in the shadows, and impossible things are whispered, when no one is listening. Some say these tales are fiction. Others have lived them. Every corner of this earth holds secrets, buried beneath cities, etched in ancient walls, floating between radio signals, and hidden in plain sight. Tonight, we open the door. We step beyond the veil. Welcome to Whispers Beyond. Have you ever walked home late at night, and suddenly felt like someone was watching you? You hear soft footsteps behind you. They stop when you stop. You turn around, but no one is there. You speed up. The footsteps get faster. You start to run, and they start to chase. Some say what follows is not human. She doesn't breathe. She doesn't blink. But she moves faster than anyone alive. In Japan, they call her Hayaku Baba, the fast granny. She looks like an old woman, but her face is always in shadow. Her movements, strange and jerky, like her body forgot how to move like a person. She's often seen near empty train stations, quiet alleys, or countryside roads at night. Sometimes she just watches. Sometimes she speaks. "Have you seen my grandson?" And if you answer the wrong way, or say nothing at all, you won't get a second chance. Because when you blink, she's gone from far away to right in front of your face. Or worse, she's behind you. Late nights online are filled with hushed accounts. Locals who swear they've met the fast granny in person. One message from a lonely Twitter user read, "I was biking home when I heard a whisper. Where's my granddaughter?" I glanced back and saw an old woman run past me, on legs no human could move that fast. Translated from Japanese tweet. Another post on a haunted story forum described a hiker. "We saw her silhouette by the mountain trail, running at impossible speed, clothes flapping like she was gliding, not walking. By the time we reached her spot, she vanished." One chilling detail keeps repeating, her voice. She doesn't ask with kindness. There's something ominous in her tone. If you respond wrong, she stops mid-run and catches up from behind. Witnesses describe the same pattern. She appears suddenly, no footsteps before her presence. She moves unnaturally fast, then stops without warning. She asks one question, and there's a silent moment before she disappears into the darkness. Is this the work of a restless spirit? Or something else? Something that can't be outrun? But perhaps the most chilling encounters come not from biking, but driving through Japanese tunnels at night. One of the most infamous spots is the Kiyotaki Tunnel in Kyoto. Urban legends tell of drivers passing through only to see handprints suddenly appear on their windshield, smudged by unseen hands in the darkness. Witnesses report counting multiple palm prints before the window clears itself again as if nothing happened. It gets worse. Survivors say that when they slowed down inside the dark tunnel, they heard footsteps pounding behind their car, louder than any engine, closer than any human. Some claim that's when the fast granny catches up, appearing not walking, but running alongside your car at impossible speed, her silhouette glimpsed in the rearview mirror before vanishing. Similar stories come from Isagami Tunnel in Aichi Prefecture, where drivers have reported sudden windshield handprints and a white figure darting past them only to disappear in an instant. So beware. When you drive through a tunnel at night, slowing down might be the worst thing you ever do. One chilling night in Kyoto, a young driver named Kenji decided to take a shortcut home through the infamous Kiyotaki Tunnel. The road was deserted, and the tunnel's dim lights flickered sporadically. As he entered, Kenji felt an uneasy chill crawl down his spine. His headlights barely cut through the heavy darkness. Suddenly, without warning, he noticed handprints appearing on his windshield, as if invisible hands were pressing against the glass. The prints were wet and smudged, yet no one was outside. Heart pounding, Kenji slowed down, hoping to see who or what was causing this. But then, the unmistakable sound of heavy footsteps pounding behind his car filled the tunnel, louder than his engine. He glanced at the rearview mirror and caught a glimpse of a pale, elderly woman running at impossible speed alongside his vehicle, her long white dress fluttering like a ghostly flame. Fearing for his life, Kenji floored the accelerator and sped through the tunnel, the eerie pounding chasing him until he burst into the open air. He never dared to take that shortcut again. After that terrifying night, Kenji couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. For days, he avoided driving near tunnels, but the memory haunted him. One evening, desperate for answers, Kenji returned to the Kiyotaki tunnel, this time on foot. As he stepped inside, the cold air pressed against his skin. Suddenly, the "po, po, po" whisper echoed from the shadows, followed by the flash of a white figure darting past. Kenji remembered an old tale from a local elder. If the fast granny asks you a question, do not respond hastily. Instead, remain calm, speak clearly, and show respect. Only then will she let you pass. Summoning courage, Kenji faced the apparition. When she asked, he replied softly, following the elder's advice. The figure paused, her eyes meeting his, then nodded slowly before disappearing into the darkness. From that night on, Kenji felt a strange peace whenever he passed the tunnel. No more handprints, no more footsteps. Whether it was respect or something else, the legend of the fast granny remains, lurking in shadows, waiting for the next traveler. So, was Kenji just lucky? Or did he follow a forgotten rule that saved his life? The truth is, Japan has hundreds of such stories. From ancient scrolls to whispered tales passed through generations, this land has long been haunted by beings that slip between myth and memory. The fast granny may be just one of many. In the Edo period, legend spoke of the Hyaki Yagyo, the night parade of 100 demons, where monsters, ghosts, and spirits would roam freely under the moonlight. There are whispers of a woman with a slit mouth, who asks children if she's pretty. Of a school bathroom spirit, who waits in the third stall to answer your call. And of an ancient sword, forged not to defend the living, but to slay demons. That blade? It was called Dojigiri Yasutsuna, the demon slayer of old. But those are stories for another night. If you dare to return, we'll be here, by the fire, ready to tell them. What you've heard tonight may never appear in history books. But stories have a way of surviving, passed in whispers, carved in symbols, buried beneath layers of silence. Was it myth, or something more, waiting to be remembered? Here at Whispers Beyond, we don't claim to hold the truth. We only ask the questions most are too afraid to ask. If this story stirred something in you, if it made you wonder what else lies just outside the edge of reason, then don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone curious. Because the unknown is always closer than it seems. And we'll be here, listening to the next Whisper Beyond.